Well,
Hello, everyone, and welcome to another Power episode of Iron Panther Presents. Today, we shall be discussing White Boy Tommy as we talk about Season 2, Episode 3. What did they give us this week? Felt like we were watching This Is Us there for a minute. That was not an insult. Not an insult. I did enjoy. I did enjoy that. But let's get to it. Who wants to get started? Jamani. I know you provided the first positive comments about this. So what are your thoughts on this episode and character development specifically, sir?
Yes. Two things, Myra, and Kate. Like, she saw that car got shot up last episode, so she was like, "I'm not gonna be in this episode, and that's how I'm going to stay alive."
Okay. So Maria,
but yet the writing is on the wall because she is going for that driving lesson, and I'm like, yeah, being in a car with him next episode, yeah, after that car was shot up, yeah, that sounds solid. Like, I don't know of all places, but as far as Kate goes, we now are able to she's the only character who ties it back to the original Power other than Tommy. And now we actually have character development and we actually can see a foundation of her character. Because I'm like, you got to think about it. We never saw anybody from Jamie St. Patrick's family in the will, not even that Uncle Glenn or whatever that we saw in the bar. Kate got put into the will. And she said, this is my, my son is just the same. So it was like she was doing some sort of transference or trying to basically make Jamie the surrogate version of JP, so to say. That's funny. He has the same initials, James Patrick. Anyway,
I thought about that too, Jamani.
I did not, but I like that, and that will. And we will get into this. Yes,
absolutely.
When you see that how she says, I didn't know what to do, so I just ran away, and now it's like, yeah, you see all the doting that she did to Jamie, enough for him to put her in his will was basically her, trying to play what she could, play the mother that she, wasn't able to when she was a teenager. But, when it comes to Teresi, I'm like, a 15-year-old? That just sounds wild, because he said she had JP when she, when she was
16. 14. She was 16
when she had Tommy.
So I'm saying she was 16 when she had Tommy. So I'm saying that probably happened when she was like 15. So I'm like, yeah, that's wild.
No, she was 14 when she had JP.
Yeah, so I'm saying Teresi was 15 to have her by 16. So I'm like, yeah, and Sonny, I'm like, that man is old as hell. So I'm just like, damn, them some old men messing with some young girls. But whatever.
But that's not new.
Also, it's just damn it. I'm trying to stay positive with this, but
I'm just saying, is this something in the water with Chicago or something?
It's just bad writing. It's just bad. It's just bad in that sense. In that time, yes, it with the timing, with the ages that they're giving us, not the story. The story is awesome. Her character development, I totally agree. But once you start sticking in some logic and start sticking in the numbers, it don't add up. Like it just don't, because no, not Sonny and Tourette. She was a dancer in fucking Atlantic City. Like she was not no 16 years old. Like I can't, like they were just trying to put some numbers in there and make her a teenage mother or some shit, but they didn't put a lot of thought into that, especially when they looked at the casting of these actors, as you point out, in book one and in Force. They're just trying to throw a story together. But it was, I do love character development. I don't want to shit on it, because I did enjoy it. That was the only good thing about this episode. So I do agree.
So as we were saying, offline, we're placing bets, so to say, who's going to catch it. Is it going to be Kate or is it going to be Myra?
It's Kate.
It's Kate.
It's Kate. There ain't no doubt. Ain't no doubt.
We all said at the same time.
Yeah. Right. It's just anyway. So
too predictable.
Anything else for Kate? Jamani?
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
All right, Kim. I know Kim was also interested in this storyline. So, Kim, your thoughts on?
I'm enjoying the Kate storyline. Definitely, she's gonna pass because I think they're trying to get rid of the ties that of the old power, right? And also Kate is pivotal to Tommy's life, but not really, right? Like he goes to her when he's at his lowest, right? Because he needs mommy, right? So Kate's passing is just going to be another blow to Tommy, right? I think that it seems like every year it's going to be a blow to him, right? Liliana was last season's blow, right? At the end of last season, he lost Liliana and he really started to care for her, right? Before that, in the original Power, he lost Ghost, right? So I think this is like a continuous thing that Tommy's going to continue to lose people. But Kate's storyline, I enjoyed it. I like that actress anyway, and I like the honesty that she was trying to project to Tommy and to JP. And I think that she did a better job when she was actually sitting down in the group to describe what she was feeling in that moment of being a teenager. Because her mom was in her ear, your life is going to be shit if you go with, if you try to raise this black child, right? And back then, when Kate was actually 14, yeah, people would have had issues with her running around a white woman with this half black child. It would have been hard for her. So I feel like what JP said, I mean what Jamani said, that she didn't think she could do it, and her mom was in her head saying you can't do this, even though her mom raised JP, like she helped to raise him. So I think that she was saying, Kate, you're not strong enough to deal with the backlash of what's going to happen when you're walking down the street with this black child. But she was strong enough to deal with it, because she did raise JP and they had a great relationship, right? So but I feel like she did use James as a surrogate. Absolutely. She tried to right her wrong with JP with James. She did. And I mean, parents we're human people. So we make a mistake. So she made a lot of mistakes. And she made a lot of mistakes with Tommy, and he was white. She was a horrible mother to Tommy. But she's trying to make amends now, and it's never too late to make amends. Now, whether people forgive you is another story. But I do like that they're developing her character. We're getting more of her backstory. But definitely, when that happens, we know that that's the end of the road, unfortunately. So, but I liked it. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the acting, and I enjoyed that storyline. And like you said, when you bring numbers into it, a lot of these numbers don't make a lot of sense. But I'm not a stickler for numbers. It's a story that's being told. It's not a perfect story. It's just not. It's all over the place sometimes, but they're just trying to tell a story, and the majority of the story makes sense. So
Thank you. Chris, how about you? What do you think about Kate's redemption arc? It seems.
I think it's all right. I'm gonna be honest. Don't really care for the character in the sense of don't really have strong ties to her in the sense. I mean, I guess because we don't see enough of her, and when we do see her, it's like a splitting second, and then she's out. So, be real. If something happens to her, it's not gonna be that big of a deal. Unfortunately, I got to just say, you know what I mean. So, I guess shout out to her. I mean, that's the thing, but it's just I don't know. That's just the thing you see with a lot of parents when they get like when it's kind of too late. In my opinion, you know what I mean? Like, you see a lot of parents that do all kinds of fucked up shit, and then they're in their 60s or their 70s, and they're like, you know what? I did really do you wrong. Okay, you know what I mean? I kind of look at it as like that's kind of late. I mean, the girl who said, "Hey, that boy whistled at me," Emmett Till. You know what I mean? She basically said, "Oh, I messed up" when she was old age. No one gave a shit after that. Like no one was like, "Oh, well, now did you apologize?" No. You know what I mean? So good for her for finally doing it before she dies. But that's it. I'm sorry. I'm probably on a lonely island on this one. Sorry guys. Sorry.
Thank you, Chris. So anyway, to the comments, at least about that. I like Kate. She was good this episode. Let's see. Kate will have to head back to New York so she can get the letter from Diana. That's DeMarcus. These things are not connected. I mean, we want it to be connected, but this is not connected. Jamani and Kim are far better writers than what this show is giving. Because Kim and I were
David. Okay.
Oh, absolutely. You actually care about this universe that they're trying to create, and you're adding things that should have been in the story. Absolutely. By now, JP should have heard. How did you grow up, Tommy? What was life like with Kate? Well, when Ghost came, it was who? Mm-hmm. Oh, my black brother that I grew up with. What the fuck did you say? Yeah. We walked around South Jamaica, Queens, and we're just one big happy drug dealing family. Like, it should have been on camera, Kim, what you're saying, exactly what you're saying, which is you raised another black child. Like, what? Like, what? And she has to explain that. She has to explain why James got everything he didn't. And that's what should be happening in this episode.
No, should have been, they shot up the car that James replaced for me.
Yes. So wait. Who? Oh, my brother. My brother who like left mom a shitload of money because that made no damn sense. Like we can talk about the bad writing of book one. It made no sense.
Why? Wait, no. Why doesn't it make sense that he left Kate money?
In 6 seasons, he only saw her once, never mentioned her to anyone. Okay, not even to Tasha when he said, I think I know where he's at. Click.
But that doesn't mean that he didn't love her. It just meant that he just didn't go. That has nothing to do with it. He was raised by this. Well, this woman took him in when nobody else did, right? She took him in. That doesn't mean that he didn't love her, because obviously he had some feelings for her to leave her some money.
That was plot convenience to get Tommy off the show. That was it was all set up so he could drive out and he could start his spinoff. But it is not supported by anything in this show. She didn't even show up when Raina died. And this is also not brought up of, Mom, you're apologizing. What about, again, things we saw. You tried to get rid of Holly. You tried to get rid of Keisha. You weren't even there when Raina died. She didn't even get her name right. Like, she was a terrible mother on camera, but they were just trying to get Tommy off the screen. And they had to separate the relationship between him and Kate. So instead of killing her, they're like, well, he's like, I don't need you anymore because I got this money because my son gave it to me. I was like, that's bad writing. That's not supported by anything in this show to me. But you two gave a better story. You two said what should have happened, which is Ghost should have been acknowledged. When he's given all the times of how a bad mother, he purposely stopped at 13. Because at 13, Ghost was in the picture. Because if you look at the ages and all that, he knew them around 11 to 13, somewhere in that range is when Ghost came. So that's why it's convenient that he don't have to mention him. But when it comes to JP and the AA meeting was great. But again, I had a black son that I couldn't take care of. I had another son that I did a bad with. But I did adopt another son. Like, I tried to be a good son to him. And like, she could have thought, again, she wasn't there for him when his daughter died, wasn't there when he died. Like, he should have been acknowledged. He should have been acknowledged. And to your point, they're trying to get rid of everything about book one. Liliana was at season 1. Kate is going to be season 2 so that he can forget about New York. You're absolutely right. That's why Kate's going to get out of here because she's too much of a tie to book one. But I hope she lasts at least of the season. That's all. At least she gets to make the episode 10. Jamani was saying that she's probably going to get cancer or some shit or something. Like, she won't get shot.
That's what they're saying, online, is that there's some reason why she's trying to get clean all of a sudden.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's what it, because for her to get shot, that's too redundant. It's just too redundant. Like, he can't be a vengeance for Liliana, then vengeance for Kate. Like, let her have a nice. Where's Sonny? Damn it! Where's the black man she left to raise this poor little black child in Chicago?
He must have ran off with JP's mother, JP's baby mother, or D-Mac's mom, or whatever. Because I'm like
something. Where is this dude? He gets written off the Shy. He gets written off Force. I mean, damn it! Like, does he have a drug habit and they don't want to get into it? Like, is that what this is? I mean, that's what happened to Robert Downey Jr. When he was on an Ally McBeal and old lady from The Wire who was in the Shy. Like, I mean, they had to get rid of him. Anyway, Gary Lennon knows better. Yeah, I mean, you're right. Gary Lennon knows better. Like, if he could have tied it better. I just thought, what? They only gave Tommy a brother because they killed off Ghost. Well, I think that's Diamond, actually. I think Diamond is supposed to be the kind of, that kind of situation. Because JP ain't. And please don't. JP needs to go. Someone said that. I agree, because like I give no fucks. But anyway, let's move on to something else. Jamani. No, Kim. Next thing. What else do you want to talk about this show? Anything else made you happy? Because I don't have anything else.
Well, let's see. I had a can we talk about well, not the cartel, but about the, oh gosh, I can't remember his name. Reyes? Miguel.
With Miguel or Reyes, which ones? Because these are Ruiz. So these two different ones. The guy in the wheelchair, the guy's not in the wheelchair.
Well, Rojas is in the wheelchair.
Yeah, so you want to talk about Rojas or you want to talk about Miguel?
Miguel.
All right, what about Miguel? What you got?
Okay, so with Miguel, so when he brought Tommy and Diamond in for that torture scene, right?
Yes.
Is he trying to tell them that he knows they did this or what? I didn't get that part. I was like, is he, because the way he was looking at Tommy and looking at Diamond, it was like, like he was looking at him like, I know you did something, right? I know you're a part of this, but you're going to let me go ahead and torture these two guys anyway. So
I think they just watched a lot of Snowfall when Javi was trying to threaten Franklin and be like, hey, come to the pool. Let me show you something. That's all it was. They saw what Javi did in Snowfall in season 1. And they were just like, hey, I like that idea. A Mexican threatening an American. Let's do it. You know what I mean? Or whatever. You know what I mean? So, yeah,
Chris is right. Again, you're a far better.
I think it works twofold. I think it's one of those things where it's like, I have, whatever low percentage chance that you might have had something to do with it. It seems fishy, right? I don't know if you did or you didn't, but I know that I don't 100% believe this, but I know that this has to be done to these guys because they're the Occam's razor. They're the obvious choice, right? So it's like, this is going to happen to them regardless. But I'm going to bring you in, right? And I'm going to show it to you just on the chance that you might have had something to do with it. And even if you didn't have anything to do with it, this proves to you as a preventative measure if you try to grow a brain and want to try to do something like this.
Okay. All right. I'll take that, Jamani. I like that. Okay. Thanks.
I would say this scene also took us back to book 1, season 1. So when remember when Kane was messing up Ghost and Tommy's mission, right? And they brought all the Primeras in. They were like, we're cutting off product because their working theory was it was one of them.
Yeah, right.
And
I remember that.
Said, remember, right? And he said, "What? Yeah. Whoever's not thirsty is the one who did it." Logical, right? Yeah. So with Tommy and Diamond flooding the market, all of a sudden, like. This don't again, Tommy doesn't go, you know what? Like I remember when I was at Miguel's position and I was looking for the one who wasn't thirsty. I'm looking for the one who's still moving product, even though you shouldn't because we lost product, right? And like we're doing this again, but somehow we don't learn. Like that's not even brought up.
But in the beginning, that it wasn't Rolla, it ended up being Kanan. So, but in this situation, he's able to answer the question by saying, "Hey, we got the prisons or whatever now." So
again, no, that's how you move it, not how you're getting it. Like Miguel never asked the question, "How you got so much product if I'm your supplier and I don't have any product to give you?" And in book 1, that's not what happened. The reason they thought it was Rolla is because Kanan told him, Kanan said it was Rolla.
Yeah.
So his whole nobody was flush with anything because they were all depending on Ghost. They're like, it was Kanan who put Rolla on Ghost's radar. So I'm like, I don't know. It just seemed kind of weird.
To me, Tommy, right? Tommy's not the logical one. We know that, right? Like Tommy, Ghost was the thinker. Ghost came up with the ideas that pretty much worked, right? Tommy is just, let's do this. I came up with this idea last night while I was high on coke. Let's do this. And then he doesn't, you know what I'm saying? Like he doesn't think past it. He just thinks this idea and then that's it. Ghost was the other side of that. Wait a minute, Tommy. If we do da 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 da, then the reaction is going to be da da da. So we're going to do it this way. That's where James comes in, right? So Tommy does not have that. That's the problem. Well, so to me, I feel like Tommy's show is Tommy trying to reach for that goal, which is to be the highest, drug dealer in Chicago, right? The best drug dealer in Chicago, the one everybody comes to, but he's gonna fall short of that because Tommy doesn't know how to make it work. You know what I'm saying? Like his plans fall apart because he doesn't have that skill. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that's what his series is gonna be about.
And again, I feel that's doing his character a disservice because this is supposed to be his show. Like he should have learned something, like some kind of progression. And it's like the reason you were okay with Tommy being the hothead, like you said, because Ghost balanced him out. Diamond is not that dude. Like Diamond is not the thinker. You know what I'm saying? So like he if he can't be that one, then he needs Diamond. Will teach Leon how to box. I feel like Leon should have been played by a Papa. He reminded me of Papa so much. Like, since shy characters get to cross back and forth, I felt like he felt like a Papa, like a
I'm like, if he was to learn how to box, I think you'd have to lose weight. So I'm like, I think the Shy would have been like, nah, Papa can't lose weight.
But I would have loved.
Fury.
What's up, Chris?
No, I was just saying you had Tyson Fury. He's not a skinny dude. Him and Ruiz, they're some fat fucks, and they're in the top 5 heavyweight divisions in boxing. So, just saying.
I look when I saw Bakari, I was like, and I saw Leon, I was like, that should be Papa. I just feel like also with Tommy's truck, did anybody else want Diamond to take Tommy to do this chop shop and be like, hey, I got a place you can get your I got a place. They can fix your car and give you the truck. Since you don't know where that truck came from, to be like, I got a guy. It's like
you just want the crossover, David. You really want that crossover.
Damn it, where's Nuck at? Like you can only have one shy actor at a time.
Let's not talk about Nuck, okay? Because he disappointed me in this last episode. But
we'll get to, wait. Let's talk about Dre though. In this episode, I was like, they had chemistry. Last episode, her and her. Now we find out that it's the husband, and I'm like, in this episode, that chemistry went out the window. They were just like, I know that they were upset with each other, but I was like, they just seem like disgruntled coworkers. Like they're not like,
yeah.
It was any sort of like chemistry at all. Like whatever they had last episode, they lost it this episode.
It was right. All that needs to be off camera because I don't give no kind of fucks like this. I
don't get it. That whole storyline. I'm like, oh, so now they're married? Like what?
Or divorced because it said cost. I think he said cost us our marriage.
Like, okay.
I think. Well, and it could be David. Either way, I don't care. Like I don't care.
Exactly.
I don't care.
I don't care.
This is not Angie or anybody or even I'm like this is not Sax or Greg. This is not Greg in any kind of way. So I'm like let's move forward to something else. And I just thought she was a legit lesbian in real life. So I just thought she was gonna have a girlfriend. But that could be just me. We got Diamond needs to go back to acting school. He needs to go to acting school. I don't know if he went the first time. That's a non-acting bubblegum motherfucker.
The Cedric the Entertainer barbershop character, he did better acting in that scene of telling the guy than Diamond did. I was like, what are you doing?
He's pretty Cedric Entertainer, dude. I was like, I need more about him. Like, that should be Sonny. I feel like that should be Sonny's character. All of a sudden, we found out Sonny's the barber and he works at the barbershop. We need to watch Shantae because she told Jannard not to be alive. Not to be alive.
Not to unalive.
Not to KILL. You know, that's a YouTube term, so you don't get demonetized. That's why they say.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can't say certain things. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Right now?
Well, that's
self delete is the self delete's another one. Yeah.
I did not know. Well, thank you.
Really? Yeah. It's just it's to make sure that YouTube doesn't, like, sometimes they can strike your videos or whatnot.
Yeah.
You say certain violent words. You know what I mean?
Oh,
so that's why. So
got it.
That's why we say unalive. Or grape, like grape. Like,
got it.
Exactly.
Okay. I was like, I'm sorry. Diamond acting is like he's reading off a damn teleprompter. Yes. Yeah. I'd rather have Bubba from Tyler Perry, All the Queen's Men. I feel like he could deliver. I could be going too far now.
Well, if we're talking about Diamond's acting, can we talk about Jannard's acting?
Oh no, that's shitty too. Like, both of them are terrible, but somehow Jannard is better. Jannard
is better because I'm like, Jannard is supposed to be on drugs. So I'm like, you can apply it to that. You can't say a sober person is having trouble speaking and reciting.
We got Rojas decided to take the drugs from Diamond and the CBI and the CBI from Kendra. So what do you think about his character? Is this going somewhere? Like, I didn't think we were gonna see him again. Like, I'm not sure why we're back in the prison.
Well, I mean, Rojas is that he's the YouTuber Jay, right? And so he's friends with that whole power team and stuff. So that's why we're gonna see him, and we're probably gonna see him more because they actually gave him more lines in this than they ever gave him before. So yeah, I think we'll see more of him unless they kill him, because if he's gonna try to go against them, they're gonna kill him. So.
See, I thought that's what that was turning into. Like, when
I thought they were going to kill him in that room. Yeah.
I was like, oh, well, he's done, so we can move on, so they can take over the prison. What happened to D-Mac moving drugs on social media? Like, what? That was 2 episodes ago. Like, what happened? I mean, it was supposed to, he was making a lot of money, it was profitable, and he's sitting up there with
D-Mac got possessed by the ghost of Emmett from The Chi because they both want guns. I have to have the gun for whatever reason. I don't know why I need to have the gun, but I need to have the gun.
I feel like D-Mac is more believable. Like, I would trust D-Mac with a weapon more than I would trust Emmett. Because
D-Mac is a street.
I can see him wanting to have a gun since he's been shot, but I'm like, you're at home, so
how does that?
It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense to me. No.
Miguel is gonna find out Tommy's mother is in Chicago. And gonna have sex with her?
No, he's gonna kill her.
I hope we don't go with the killing thing. That would be redundant. Bakari can't catch a break on the Chi or Power. You are right. Like, there again, why do we do this to ourselves? There's certain actors that, like, you are a criminal. That is what you do. Let's just stick with that. In Chicago, I'm like, he's like, all he has to do is change his clothes. He actually dresses better in the Chi. What else we got? I agree with Marcus. Snooze Fest. I guess you're talking about the episode in general. Wait a minute. The hand in the acid scene was cartoonish. They got that kind of budget, bro. I mean, you got to work with what you get. I mean, I guess. Let's talk about this bullshit investigation, because this really upset me. Because, like, so detective magically figured out. He's like, wait. Oh shit. White boy Tommy was involved in this shooting. He was the target. Wait, I believe Lil K is the one that shot at him and killed this little girl. How did we get here? Did Chicken George tell you this? Because he did.
Chicken George.
What in the world? But remember, they did the same thing in Power Ghost, right? Remember, all of a sudden they came up with the whole plan that Tommy and Braden were doing. Oh, they must be selling it out of da-da-da. I was like, what? Like, all of a sudden they knew everything that was going on.
Stop it. And they did exactly what they said they shouldn't do, which was a poor little girl getting killed in Chicago somehow launches a whole interagency task force against Thomas Egan. What?
Like, he had nothing to do with the killing of the girl. Someone was trying to kill him.
Yes. So, wait. Then once the detective magic figures out that Lil K is the one that killed this little girl, instead of trying to arrest said murderer, he's like, "Let me help you stay alive so we can take down Tommy Egan." You don't even know who Tommy is.
If you were shooting at Tommy Egan, wouldn't you go to Tommy Egan and say, "This, we know somebody shot at you. You was able to make it out alive, so you know who was shooting at you. Tell us who did it, so we could pick them up. Two birds with one stone." It doesn't make sense to go to the person who did the shooting and try to give them immunity.
Because somehow Tommy's a bigger threat. Kiss my ass. Like, what are we doing? Like, this doesn't make any sense, damn it. Like, I don't know.
Tommy is the big fish, and I don't get that because I feel like Miguel is the big fish.
Yes. Yeah, like they also wait. Remember this one? So then it was okay. So he's in bed with CBI. We need to get to Tommy. Hey, who's in charge of CBI right now? Diamond. You know where he's at? The barbershop with, his parole officer. So how about we look into that? Like, how about we start there to find Tommy, the biggest villain Chicago's ever seen? Marshall is working with Big Smurf. Big Smurf, I guess, like Black Grimace, I guess. And what was the point of that? Like, so I thought it was gonna be Big Smurf who kills Lil K. That's what I thought,
because that's the way he was looking in the car, right?
Yes.
The way he was looking at like Jannard and looking at Little K, I was like, oh, okay. So Jannard gave him the nod, right? Like, take care of it, right? No, that didn't happen. It was just, why were you there? What are you doing?
He was there because he wanted to keep a watch on Jannard to see if he was going to do it. But what I didn't get was, why did Little K show up to pick up Jannard alone? He said, the grandmother said, if you're going to do this, you're going to have to do it and take out the grandma too. I'd have showed up with the grandma in the back seat.
So
I would have shot her right there.
Right. Hey Chris, this is not realistic. Like, Kay would have been shot immediately. Fucking, I was like, what's her name? Claudia would have got shot immediately. Like, when does Tommy say, let me do some investigating just to confirm my feelings before I put a bullet in you? Like, that's not what Tommy does. If Tommy feels strongly enough that Claudia did it, he's shooting her. That's it. And then later on, you have to explain. Like in book 1, when he's like, we got to murder Reese. He's the one coming after us. And Ghost is like, no, he's not Tommy. Why would he do that? Fuck all that. We got to kill him today. I'm like, stop it. Stop. Like, Claudia is not necessary to this show. Murder this woman so we can move on.
He said, I have to look her in the face and see if she is lying. He looked her in the face, said, you're lying. And then, but I need more proof now. I'm like,
what?
Stop. If a white woman says something, you better make sure you got proof. I'm just saying.
I'm like, this don't make any sense, bro. If he was
I mean, the way that she reacted told him everything he needed to know.
She's like, I knew it.
That's ridiculous. Well, the next thing, whoever wrote that for him, they didn't think about what they wrote.
And then he goes and kills the security detail guy. I was like, why? Like, I admire the fact that your loyalty, and then kills him. I'm like, what was the sense in this?
You know why? That murder will never be discussed again because he murdered a henchman in episode 1. That body has not even been identified, spoke about, or nothing.
Nope. The Flynn's haven't said anything. Dad, mom, nobody. I mean, not
nobody.
Mom, nobody.
Nobody. No. This dude will not even be seen or mentioned again. Like, I don't know why. This is the point is Jannard got in his feelings when his soldier told him that he was weak and killed him for no reason. He's also on that shit. Again, Jannard just needs to go. Like, I don't again, this is supposed to be the steady slide of decline until he what?
I'm telling you, his girl is gonna end up taking over. As soon as she finds out that he's on both, because he's on Coke and H now.
Yeah.
Oh, all right.
Yep. I feel the same way, Jamani. That girl is gonna. I forgot her name. I apologize, but it's definitely she's gonna take over. Shanti's gonna take over because Jannard is he's gonna lose his apartment or house or whatever that is. It's really nice, but wherever he's living, he's gonna hit bottom for sure. And Diamond's gonna have to come and pick his brother up from the ground and help him out. and that's how they'll get back together, right? Because
Yeah.
yeah, that's how they get back together. Because and there's not going to be any more treason, and if it is, Shanti's going to be, the
Charge of
treason's
it.
leader. Yeah, exactly.
The Sirs are more scary than Miguel.
Wait,
Yes.
wait. I think that if that happens, what you're saying, Kim,
Mhm.
he's gonna end up putting Diamond at risk with that parole officer. He's gonna end up getting sent back to prison, and then that might be why the Rojas story becomes more impactful, because the season might end with him back in prison and start back off next season.
Gotcha.
With him trying to get out of prison or something like
Mhm.
that, and
Mhm.
he's back
Oh.
in.
Maybe that could be true. That could
My
be.
fault.
I could see that.
My fault, man. My fault, bro. I saw at the
Bro,
bottom of the thing. KJ's with us
all
now.
right.
I'm so sorry, bro. I'm so sorry.
No, it's cool. It's cool. It's cool.
It's Tommy is a guest star in his own show.
Ahsoka. Sorry.
Don't. We'll
Sorry.
talk about so. Like I think it's for a ensemble cast there, but I hear your point. Jannard's a good actor.
Can you guys hear me?
Jannard is a good actor
Yeah,
only
we hear
in
you.
comparison to Diamond. It's a very relative.
Yeah,
question,
yeah,
right?
yeah. I could say that. Yeah, I could
yeah,
agree
yeah.
with that. Yeah.
Yeah, because definitely not on his own. No.
All right. Can you hear me? Can
Yeah,
you hear me?
yeah,
All right?
Yeah, we got you.
we
What's
hear
going
you
on?
good, man.
So we got
Yeah.
Claudia will
Very
get
good.
back at Walter Flynn because she has to become the last Flynn standing. I guess, but she's taking too long. I guess. But hey, KJ, what do you think of the episode? Where would you like to start? What topic?
First off, I want to start off with the first of the how the episode started off. I mean, I thought it was decent. I thought it was cool and everything. It was some things in there. To be honest, I like this episode. It was, I don't know, it felt like a filler episode. Not really much like really happened in this episode, like, to compare it to the last two or whatever. And I think this is like, because I told dang, what's the Brillo this and
Mhm.
Detroit Kings and all these guys. Like, I was in the chat, I was talking with these guys, and I was telling them, like, look, it's like, because everybody was saying, oh man, episode 3 is gonna be the episode where everything starts to kick off. I was like, no, it's always the first 3 episodes. Then maybe like episode 4, that's when you start to like, that's when everything starts to like,
Pick
go
up.
left
Yeah.
or whatever. Yeah.
Mhm.
So, but yeah, otherwise this episode, it was all right. I mean, like the whole Claudia things kind of bothered me because it's like, Tommy, just kill her already. Like, what the hell? Like, what are you waiting for? Like, oh, I need like a one person to this to confirm it or whatever. Like, dude, what do you mean? Like, this whole thing about Liliana is really getting on my nerves. It's like it's been going on. Like, I hope they don't like really like take like keep going on with this because like it's getting old now. Like,
Yeah, I agree with that. It's taking up the whole season now. It's like
yes,
this.
and then
Yeah.
And then Jannard, like, he's man, I agree with you, Aaron. Like, Jannard just needs to go, man. Like, he serves no purpose. And I just feel like they need like another character to like maybe like challenge Tommy, because Tommy right now he's kind of like a superhero in a way, like what Detroit Kings and Brillo said in the chat yesterday. Like, Tommy's a superhero. Like, he's a cartoon character. Like, nothing ever happens to Tommy. I'm like, yeah, he got shot in the last episode, but like he needs like something, like Tommy needs like maybe get beat up by like somebody or something, like, because like it goes back to the Fast and Furious aspect, right? Where it's like you got the Raw, you got Hobbs, you got Shaw, and Hobbs is always like the guy, who's like never get beat up or whatever. Like, he always beat up everybody, and Hobbs, kicked his butt or whatever. And like, I was like, yes, finally. That's why I wanted to see. Like, I want Force to be like kind of like how the Fast and Furious are. Like, how like gets beats up. Like, that's the one thing I get Fast and Furious over over Force is like these characters, like they're kind of human in a way. Like, they get hurt. Like, we never see Tommy get hurt at all. Like, it's like he might get grazed a little bit, but I'm strong. I'm this big bad guy, and I can never take anybody's mess. So like, you could try to beat me up, but you're like, I just come back and shoot you and kill you. Like, come on, man. It needs to be some type of like challenging, like, because right now it's like I don't know, man. It's like I'm not really feeling Tommy character right now, man. Like I don't really like what they're doing with Tommy. I feel like he's like a superhero. Like he can never get touched. It's like
So
Yeah,
He
yeah.
got
It's
touched
it's
last
like,
weird.
come on,
episode.
man.
he got
Yeah,
he
last
got touched.
episode when he
And he
got
healed
shot.
just like that.
When he got shot, the last episode, because I agree with what you're saying. He literally, like, 10 minutes later, was like running around with Diamond. I was like, you just
Yeah,
got shot. And you hit your
yeah,
head like pretty damn hard, right? That you had to put ice on
yeah.
your head, right? So it's probably a lump. You may have like a
Mhm.
slight concussion, but in 10 minutes, you are up.
Mhm.
Like, okay, like he's anime or
Yeah.
something. Okay,
Mhm.
and then he just runs off. I'm like, that's not
No,
realistic.
no,
And,
honestly,
and the point taken that I think I'm sorry. One point
No,
thinking that I think episode 4 I really don't want to get my hopes up because I think it's gonna be like another like a build up episode. I think episode 5 is the episode that's when everything starts to take off because I will also like to point out that in this episode I think it's foreshadow Walter's death. I think he's gonna be the first Flynn that goes. A lot of people say Vic, but I think it's Walter. I think he's out of here. Episode 5.
oh,
Like
Oh,
Lorenzo.
no, I can
No.
see him going. Ain't gonna be no episode 5. Like because he's the only real big bad in that family, right? Like it's not Claudia, and it's definitely not Vic. Vic Flynn is a snitch. Vic is unstable and a liability and just annoying as fuck. I mean, just in general. just in general.
I'm like he has both of those kids that are liabilities. Something's
yeah.
gonna happen to either one of them, and it's gonna make him mad enough to seek vengeance for one. If something happens to one of them. So I think he's gonna be around for a long time. It's just which one of the kids are gonna bite the bullet and have to motivate him enough to want to seek vengeance at Tommy or Diamond or
Claudia finds out that Vic is actually trying to destroy the business and mess up with Dublin, which he started this episode, which made no damn sense. And then she kills him. Like he cares more about Vic than Claudia because that's his name and his seed and all that shit. So like he definitely cares more about her. But I think that's how that's gonna work. And also remember, the pharmacist comes to Flynn and says, "I need you to move some bad drugs," right? So shouldn't that exchange happen right then? Who says I'm gonna give you money now and then later on I'm gonna meet you in the bottom ass street to get the drugs I just paid for? That's not how that works.
And you
Like,
just stand on the street.
On the street. Like, who does a drug deal out in the open on the corner of a lit up area? Like it looked like they had flashlights on this man. I was
especially in a suit, like you said, you are dressed for the corporate office. Like this doesn't make any sense. Like no, bro, you bring the drugs to the Flynn house. Flynn takes the drugs. Then you see who are these street dealers in the black side of Monkey Chicago, wherever the fuck. And who's gonna move these drugs for you? That's what we should have saw. Like this, it didn't make any damn sense. I'm like, why is this happening? Like I was like,
I'm like, Vic kills him, and he's like, well, yeah, he's trying to disrespect us. I'm like, if I'm the father, I'm like, we were gonna kill him anyway. He was not going to live another day. We just needed to get our money back before he died.
No, but what Vic is trying to do is set up his dad to be killed by Dublin.
I understand that. I'm just saying that the father should have just made it clear that, it's not just that we want our money back. He was gonna die anyway.
Yeah. Well. So I disagree. I mean, they had a long-term business relationship, right? So one dealer, right, like getting picked up.
Once you start talking about we can both take a hit and I'll split the hit split the loss with you. No, you got to die.
Well, again, we don't know who this guy was. Clark Kent is selling drugs in the hood. I was like, was he supposed to be on the south side? That's where he was supposed to be, and if so, that really made no damn sense. People gave Tommy a pass in the OG power for snitching and giving Tommy a pass for calling Ghost the N-word. Let's not go down the N-word category with me because I stopped counting. I mean, this There's a lot of niggas in this episode, in these episodes. I just had to let it go. And Jannard is like the biggest.
And one monkey. And no, 2 monkeys. Was it 2 monkeys or 1 monkey?
At least one good monkey. But again, at least one. I'm like, I'm gonna let that slide, to be honest, because I mean, it's a lot of niggas. I'm like, and it just irritates me. Also unnecessary. This is why I know I texted you guys and I was like, 12 minutes in the show is very hood. I do not need Bakari and some random ass black kid talking about how filling up condoms full of drugs so they can shove it up a woman's vagina off camera. Like, I do not need to see this shit. Like, you mean that Diamond had his parole officer what's up, Chris?
I'll say, well, it was on camera.
Then I'll be like, that's a different show. but then she goes, let's go with this. She goes to the bathroom. I guess she pulls it out of herself and then she puts it in the popcorn. Like,
this makes no sense because I'm like, if you have a corrections officer on payroll, they can get it in.
Yeah,
a lot easier than
What are we doing? Like, this doesn't make any damn sense. Oh,
wait. I thought that was silly too with the whole popcorn thing. It was like, dang, man,
that's like, nasty too. That shit came out of you, and then you put it in the popcorn. I'm like, how do we? What? Like, anyway. But then
probably what he be doing. Probably he's like, oh, this tastes familiar. You know what I mean?
Oh,
he's like, hey, I've been in this.
I need to get out of my head because that's exactly what I was thinking.
Like, damn. I'm gonna get more of this.
Exactly.
Next week, conjugal ASAP. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
thank you. Thank you. What you saying? This popcorn is finger licking good.
That's it. That's it, Chris.
Yeah. What was that thing of they calling her Tyrone? What was the name of that chicken? It's a hot damn chicken or some shit like that. That's what he had. That's what he had for that shit.
I was like, I hope Jannard makes it for the long run because I ain't a lot of interesting characters. Now that he's a drug addict, I won't call him interesting. He's some type of villain, I guess, but I definitely call him.
Do you think he's going to fix his
called Crown Vic?
Is it? Do you think?
Oh yeah, this is called Crown Vic. Yeah.
Oh, it's called Crown Vic.
So I guess.
Oh, wait a minute. Then doesn't that have something to do with Victor?
Oh, does that mean someone dies?
All right, yeah. Because like I said before, like episode 5, like you guys probably like, you know, if I get this right, then you could come back to it later. But like I don't know, man. Like for some reason, I got this feeling that Walter is dying in episode 5. With the Dublin is going to kill Walter. Like I'm calling it.
All right, who's gonna?
It's called Crown Vic. Like
yeah, so I'm thinking they're gonna crown Vic the leader, right?
That's a huge spoiler. And like Vic is not the one. Vic is not the one. Like we're not gonna watch Vic go up against Tommy. Like that's silly. I hope they do that.
So we're gonna basically do book 2, where basically the son kills the father and all, and it's like Lorenzo's funeral all over again. Like I don't think so.
I don't know if we're gonna do that. Kane is a lot better than Jannard because Jannard is a junkie on heroin. I get you. I do like the idea of his new girlfriend taking over. I like that because she's a much more interesting character. We got what? Late to the party, but what happened to the cop? He's just gone. Just like Sonny. Sonny's just gone. He should have been the one to get Vic out of jail, like he did last year. Instead of that character, Daddy and said cop are just gone. We got to move on because now we got a new cop who's trying to run the streets. We got something about Vic. Jannard should have killed grandma and son and grandson, just been done with it. I agree.
Or he can just fix that cauliflower ear or whatnot. Just get that surgery done. Fix it so I'll make sure she can't recognize my ass.
Oh shit! Oh damn it!
Let me fix this shit up.
I can't tell y'all apart.
I'll put some bio oil on there. Put some Vaseline. Maybe put that twice a day.
Wow.
All he had to do was go to the car, get one of them big Sony headphones, put them on. Now I'm gonna shoot him. Yeah, ID me with headphones on.
Somehow, no, Chicken George would have found him because he had what? No, what was he? Fried chicken? What's that?
No, he was chicken wing. Chicken wing.
Chicken wing. I wonder why you call him Chicken George.
My fault. It's not about chicken.
Damn.
At least it wasn't.
That was more racist than saying the monkey word the other day.
I was like, is it though? Is it though? Hey, how was Tommy already parked across the street when Jannard and Lil K just happened to stop at that location? He's already there.
Yeah, I felt like he was following. He had to be like following somebody. He must have been following Little K.
Stop it. Like
I'm just saying that. Why was he there?
Because as soon as he found out that it was Little K, he started following him to see if Jannard was going to kill him because he was on the clock. So it was like, all right, so he's moving. Let's see if whenever Jannard is going to kill him because he said.
Well, no, to your point, then he should both of you made good points, but he should have been in the back because he's following them to be pre-positioned across the street in a perfect place where he saw the shooting happen. I'm like, no, you had to be there waiting because that truck just happened to stop. Like it was like, oh, meet me at so and so. So I'm like, that doesn't make any sense. Like, no, I don't know. I thought it was a plot hole. I thought it was a plot hole, but it's so many. So when is he gonna get Maria's draws? Let's get to the real questions. What we got?
That's a real question. We need that's. Really?
That's because I'm like, what are we doing right now? Because all of a sudden, how and when did he get her number? Like,
I wish we would have saw that. Like, come on, like,
yes. This is not. Hey, you.
I'm gonna say that was the realest thing in the world. Where he's like, when you gonna let me ride? And he was like, oh no, let me ride you around in driving lessons. I was like, oh,
and she still gives him an answer of what? What, like you just patched him up for being shot. You already told him, I don't mess with the white boys, whatever the fuck. But all of a sudden you like, you know what? I want that riding lesson. I'm like, what?
That's a typical woman. What are you talking about? Women will say that they don't want to be with somebody all the time and then end up with that person. He's a bad boy. She's intrigued by him. And so we know she's going to get with him.
Let's pretend that this show was written by good writers, right?
Okay.
And maybe if we're saying that Miguel was suspicious, maybe he's the one who's like, all right, let's why don't I text for you? Or either she's having him text and they're all in on it so that she can get some more information as being trusted, when being around him.
All right.
But we obviously know that that's not what's going to happen.
Happening, but good work. Good work, Giovanni, trying to make something out of this shitty shit. Tommy is Michael Myers. He's everywhere. I love it. Yeah. I love it. That's no. Well, no, that was BMF. That was I think somebody wrote that. What's his name? Fuck. The guy with the gun that got shot. Fuck. Lamar definitely turned into fucking Michael Myers. Do y'all think this will be no? They're going the distance. Like this show is just getting started. Like, I'm sorry, because we're talking about it's a popular show. It is a popular show. We just make fun of it because it's easy to make fun of. I thought
when they bring in the FBI and the task force, that's when we're gonna see Blanca and Junior and all of them.
Yes.
So that's what we have to look forward to.
It's a local law enforcement, FBI, DEA task force. So we need to see Blanca. We need to see Junior.
Mm-hmm.
Minimal. Yeah. Like we need all that.
I looked up the cast and I saw Jenny as one of the cast members on the season.
But anyone can do that though. Like they said 2-Bit was supposed to be in this show, and they always do that. They put 2-Bit on every power show, knowing he ain't coming.
It's so annoying. It's so annoying.
Yeah. Because everybody wants to see 2-Bit. I thought Grandma was going to poison Jannard with those cookies. That would have been a good move. That actually would have been a better move. Or at least make an effort.
Especially when she said go have some more. When she said go have some more, I'm like, what she lace that joints with?
Exactly. Yeah.
He was eating them up like nobody's business.
I was like, is that crack? Yes, it is actually. I was like, oh damn,
laced in fentanyl.
I was like, oh
wow.
Oh. That's how he goes out. I mean, I'm sorry. Is it just me? It probably is just me. When he pulled up to the Latino dude, when Jannard was like, hey man, you got something for me? I was like, don't do it. I thought he's gonna be like, You gonna suck it for me? I was like, oh no, don't do it, buddy. That's
Wait a
what I thought.
minute. We are
That's what I
not
thought.
there. Well,
That's
you
what I
know what?
thought.
We're not there yet because I was about to say we're probably not going there, but he is on heroin, so we may go there.
We may. Hey, the show's still going, right?
That's
he
it.
still has
I
bars in
thought the
fall.
same thing. I thought the same thing. Like, cause I was like, are like where they going with this? Like, is they
Right?
are they about to do what I think I'm about to do? Like,
I was like,
he was like,
how bad you want them drugs? How bad you want them drugs?
I was like,
And then also too, why is Jannard just killed little K, right?
Yeah.
Why are you driving around in his truck?
He don't have a car.
Yeah.
I thought that was smart because I was like, "What are you gonna do? You gonna walk?" Or what?
No fingerprints.
I'm like, the way he dusted off. I was like, he was trying to dust off little K and the truck, and I was like, "Ain't no way you getting rid of all those fingerprints and all the DNA."
There's no way.
And that
There's no
struggle
way.
and everything. I was like, you might as well just burn that truck.
yeah, burn the
Yep.
car. Burn it.
Plus, there's cameras, right? There's cameras everywhere. So if the police are looking for a killed little K and the street is saying it's Jannard, they're gonna put two and two together. And there's cameras that they can look at and see was Jannard in the truck with little K.
Well,
you
I don't know about that. I don't know if they, necessarily if they have cameras because I'm like, he picked them up where the Serbs took his car. So I doubt there'll be cameras. There might be a blind spot in that area, but I'll say this much: where he might drive that car to somewhere where Diamond is, and that's how Diamond will get right.
Nah, I think he's gonna drive to Grandma's house because he was like he remembered what Grandma said. So is he gonna? I feel like he might have to kill Grandma or else. Or
Well, he didn't do it in
Grandma.
front of her.
No, I'm saying he's going to need to. He's going to need to
just to make sure.
Yeah. He's going to at this point going to need to, or else we will get a scene where like it's going to be a lineup. You know what I mean? Like that. I feel like they wouldn't have that whole line with her doing all that. You know what I mean? Unless one, he's forced to kill her, or two, we'll actually see something like that where he fixes cauliflower ear.
We've seen them drop better storylines. I don't think we're seeing Grandma again.
Yeah, I agree. I don't think we see Graham or a funeral or nothing for this dude. Jannard's fingerprints are on Lil K when we took him to the garage, into the garbage, and the police guy will interrogate Jannard to snitch on the CBI, and derail his ex-wife's plan. I feel like I want to see how competent this cop is. That's what I'm saying. Like I hope he's actually useful because I don't see a lot of actual investigating stuff going on. He just seems to know shit. For some reason.
I want to know if that's his ex-wife. Why were they on a date right before? Go ahead.
No, I thought the same thing. I thought same thing. But it could be like
whole chemistry kind of feels like
they're married. I think he said
I thought they were married.
They're married. He said this is gonna cost us our marriage.
Oh, my fault. There you
go. Okay.
Wait.
Tommy Egan is Power Universe's Deadpool. Yes. I like that.
Or that he's just the comic relief. I mean, you know what I mean? So that So I guess because he survives everything too. So
right. You can't stop. But book one, in book one, he cannot be stopped. Like he killed when he killed the last Italian crew. It was like 6 dudes, and he was by himself and just walked away. And then I guess he walked to truth. He did. He killed all of them and then walked to truth so he could go save. Ghosts. I was like, what?
I wanted the tagline in the promo for this season, since he's going up against the Mexicans in the cartel. It should have been, "I'm canceling Cinco de Mayo."
Oh wow!
Oh, that's good, but could have been perceived as. I like that. I like that, Jamal.
Okay.
I like.
Mexican Independence Day, really? On Mexican Independence Day. Okay.
I was like, I love it. They're like, we're Puerto Rican.
But that's not Cinco. That's not Mexican Independence Day. That Cinco de Mayo is a different.
No, I'm saying no, but isn't it right about now? It is around Mexican Independence Day.
Oh really?
Yeah. That's why the USC was September 20th, technically next week.
The snitch to get out of the drug network. So Jannard's going to be a snitch at some point. Jannard and I'm sorry. Well, Chris, we can't really see.
Yeah, no, sorry, but it does say today is Mexican Independence Day. That's why I thought you said that.
That's
today
hilarious.
Wow.
That's hilarious.
Yeah,
it's today, as Rainy J pointed out.
Twinky dink. Okay.
Look at that. Look at that. I was like, and we're busting off.
I'll admit the reason why I actually know that because UFC is tonight and they're doing the whole Mexican thing with all the Mexican fighters for UFC. They're all fighting for the belt. So not gonna lie, that's how I know. And they decorated the UFC belt with Mexican colors. Actually, kind of looks kind of cool, you know. So sorry stuff.
Thank you for being multicultural, and that's what we do on this channel. We try to acknowledge everyone relatively. All these characters are pointless compared to other spinoffs. Look here, Stacy. Stop it.
Oh,
Was that what it was? You said that? Stacey said that?
I feel like you're channeling Stacy at this point. And I appreciate that. She's not here. I don't want to do this anymore. All right, Jay. Anything else for the silliness?
Well, I would say I'm a little jealous of Tommy. By getting Maria or whatever, because she's a good looking woman, and I'm a little jealous. But yeah. Besides that, yeah, I just I want it to be a little more tense. I want because Miguel's gonna find out, and when Miguel do find out, I want it to be where it's Tommy having a tough time a little bit compared to season 1, where it was okay, it's okay, I end you now, and now I'm walking away. No, it's I want Tommy to get some repercussions. You know what I'm saying? I want him to get hurt or something, because the whole cartoonist, because I know it's Tommy, right? It's Tommy, he's never he can't get touched or whatever, or even if he do get touched, he dusts it off. But it's got to be a situation where it's he's hurt for a little minute, because we see Tariq, he always taking, well, I won't say always, but he always taking L's, but he always find a way to get back up, to take a win. But we've never seen Tommy take any L's for real on the show, lately. I wanted to show be grounded, be more okay, yeah, even though Tommy, he's the star of the show, but we still gonna show he's gonna get hurt as but then he's gonna get back up, but he's gonna be hurt really bad, and then he's gonna get back up, because that's every character has to get hurt more than once at some point. You can't just get hurt, get grazed a little bit at one time and okay, I'm not gonna get grazed anymore. Nothing's gonna happen to me anymore. It's I'm gonna kill all these people and then I'm gonna walk away. It's no, bro.
But think about the fact that Ghost. How many times did Ghost just bounce back? You know what I'm saying? Ghost is killing bunch of people. He's killed a bunch of people, right? Yeah. And then Ghost just takes his little outfit off, throws on his suit, and goes to Truth.
He's good.
When he's fine, right? So I'm just saying that it's the same scenario.
No, forget about Ghost. Think about Kanan.
The worst thing that happened to Ghost, right, was that he was in jail for half a season. So Tommy has gone to jail for part of a season one time, right? So I'm just saying the similarities are there, right? Yeah. The hero is going to be the hero. He's not going to really take the L that you're looking for, because that's not how they're written. That's just not how they write these guys.
Kate, man.
Kate's about to take an L.
Yeah,
as they say.
I think Kate is out of here.
Yeah, it's gonna be wild.
Yeah,
man.
All right, KJ, that's you. We appreciate your time. We will see you again for episode 5. We'll see you for episode 5. And we appreciate your time. There you go.
Okay.
Whoop. All right, Jamani. What you got before we get to the other part of Chicago?
Yeah, I'm we saw Kate taking that nap or whatever. Usually when people get off of drugs, they are, really wired, really up. So I'm I suspect that, she's gonna be taking a lot more naps, showing a lot more symptoms of whatever her yet to be diagnosed illness is going to be. I want to know why they gave JP a club at the beginning of the season and it has done nothing. That was a waste of team. Because I'm if Diamond's spot is hot by said parole officer, wouldn't it be, oh, JP, you were begging to be put on last season, so how about we turn your basement into something and keep his spot clean?
Very good point, Jamani, with that. And that's why I thought it was hilarious that, again, parole officers in your barber chair, and you make no effort to text your drug dealers downstairs to go, my parole officer's here. Stay your butt down there until I tell you otherwise. Instead, they walk up like, oh, fuck, you look like somebody professional. And I'm like, you didn't, what? Like, warn your own people, bro. Also, he also has his own place. So why is he fucking at the barbershop? Because he had his own place.
Where he was like, how much they're reading up. They have how much money when he was talking to the girl that he wants to do some business, with, so to say. It looked like he was on the mattress on the floor. Like, he doesn't have a frame, a box spring, a headboard. Like, what type of trap house situation is he?
Yes. I gotta agree with you, Jamani. All the money that's supposed to be making, he lives like straight shit, and it don't make any kind of sense. I don't get it. Yeah. I said the same exact thing in text and text them. Yes, send codes, send something. Like, it just didn't make any.
But that's the same thing. Okay, when we remember when Kane. Okay, remember in Power Ghost when they showed Kane and he was smashing that chick. And remember, he had just a mattress and like his little apartment before he moved into the penthouse, right? He lived in like a shitty little, place in the back of a warehouse, and like the mattress was damn near on the floor too. A lot of these drug dealers, that's their thing.
Because his mother kicked him out like out of nowhere. So I'm like, that kind of made sense in the immediate sense. But why is Diamond just living like that? He's been out of prison for, untold a long time and is making a lot of money.
It's not really a long time he's been out of prison. Remember that.
It's been
a month.
It's been a couple months. So, but anyway, it just I don't know, bro. I hear you, bro. I hear it's not making a lot of sense. But anyway, maybe they don't have that many sets to work with. I mean, I don't know. But anyway,
Tyler Perry.
I know, right? I don't know.
I'm like, I want to know what's gonna go down with D-Mac, because I'm like, they're, damn near ending. They didn't actually end the episode on it, but fairly close to when he took the gun. So I'm like, his obsession with the gun, what is this going to lead to? Like, it seems as though they're foreshadowing something. So
it is, because if you watch the preview for episode 4, D-Mac is all over that one.
Yeah, so I'm like,
in trouble, and Tommy got to help him.
Yeah, so Tommy, is threatening him. The threat didn't make any sense. It was like that whole Ike and Tina Turner, if you die, I'm gonna kill you type of threat.
Wow.
We'll see if it gets better.
but I think I'm more invested in this whole genre. I'm liking this spiral down. Like I want to see him hit the rock bottom and Shanti come and say, yeah, you in the hole. You know what I'm saying? Like, I gave you all that money, that was a loan. Where you at? You know what I mean? Like, this is like, she's gonna call in her chips and he's gonna be down. The business is gonna be gone, and we're gonna have a lady boss come season 3 that they have to go up against, I believe.
Okay, that'd be interesting. This kind of mix it up a little bit, perhaps. So we got to see what's going on with Auntie 2 for Miguel. So we're going on with that. All right, I will see you for Chicago.
Abuela, not Auntie.
Abuela, excuse me. All right, so we got down to Kim. Anything else for Tommy?
No, I mean, I see that. What I feel like Kate is, I think she'll probably develop cancer out of nowhere. Either cancer or a heart issue, because she was a cokehead. A lot of cokeheads have heart issues. So she may become like have a heart attack or stroke or something like that, and then unfortunately pass away. But I think we're gonna see her popping in and out more and more and trying to redeem herself. And then eventually she's gonna pass. And that's gonna hurt Tommy. And then I don't know. I just watch the show. It's entertaining. I don't know. I don't have any real predictions, but I do think Miguel is probably not going to make it out of the show. I think he's going to for sure be taken out, and then the guy Che, what's his name? Che, the cartel leader.
Yeah.
I think he's gonna just have someone, either he's gonna take over those guys, Miguel's guys, or he's gonna become be over those guys. You know what I'm saying? Like he's gonna be the next bad, right? That's what I think. And the grandmother is gonna be pissed about it, of course, right?
Yeah.
Because that's really her mouthpiece. Miguel is the grandmother's mouthpiece to the cartel, right?
Yeah. You're right.
Yeah, so that's what I'm thinking is gonna happen. So and then Jannard is going to hit rock bottom. And unfortunately, like I said, that young lady's gonna take over and she's gonna want her money back. Because I knew when she was giving him the money in the beginning, like for free, and then that last one, oh, this is just a loan. I was like, there's a catch to that, right? Because it's the way she said it. No, this is just a loan. I was like, she's setting you up to fail for sure. But Jannard wasn't thinking like that. He was like, oh no, let me just go ahead and eat this thing out. Okay, dummy. You're an idiot, but some men are like that. But anywho, yeah, exactly. So, but I think Jannard is going to save. Diamond is going to have to save his brother, and then Jannard, he's going to clean him up. Jannard's going to go to jail, or his brother Diamond's going to clean him up, and they're going to be back together. And then Shanti is going to be running treason. And then Diamond and Jannard and Tommy will be doing CBI.
Okay.
So
All right.
That's my prediction. That's it. That's all I got.
Well, thank you, Kim. Very much. Well, we'll see what's going on with Papa and crew in a few minutes.
Tears. Okay.
Yeah. All right, Chris.
Yeah.
What you got?
I also thought this was I thought it was a good episode for Kate, even though I'm not the biggest Kate fan myself. But something that Nina could learn from when it comes to talking to Keisha and to the therapist. We'll definitely get to that because I thought that whole scene was some bullshit. But can't wait to talk about that. Good God. I wish we could just fast forward like 15 minutes from now. But anyway, but anyway, overall it was good. So I kind of agree with Jay a little bit. This did kind of feel like more of a filler episode. Tommy's still trying to figure out, like who killed. Well, I guess at this point he does know who killed Liliana and whatnot. But now he needs confirmation. So basically, square one is where we're at again. It seems like, you know what I mean. Overall, not. I thought the episode was all right. I thought the scene. I thought the homie at the barbershop is clutch. That's everyone needs to do like that. Who's basically saying, "Yo, just make sure you clean up this hair or whatnot." And the whole nephew thing. I thought he was doing a little bit too much at the end. You know what I mean? But yeah, that pro officer got to go. He got to go for Diamond's sake. So an accident needs to happen to that pro officer. You know what I mean? Because that nigga way too nosy. Now he's talking about some free cuts. Talking about some free cuts. This nigga got a business, right? You want to be broke? Like talking about some free cuts. You don't do no free cuts. Like no, like you give somebody a free cut once, they're gonna always want a free cut. Like nah, dude. You know what I mean? So I thought he wasn't going to pay him either. Like, yeah, you can start with me.
That's what I thought. Yeah.
But yeah, overall, not a bad episode. Didn't really get to see the preview for the next one, but I'm pretty sure we're going to probably be at the same point. Even though Jay did bring up that the next episode is called, was it Crown Vic? Whatever. Oh, no, that's episode 5.
Episode 5.
So I don't know what that means. On the surface, it seems so easy to be like, okay, Vic is taking over control, but I feel like if that is the case, at least in the episode before, we need some more building for where essentially that Walter is on his way out. I don't know. Or unless I don't know, maybe he doesn't die. Maybe he goes to jail. You know what I mean? He could possibly go to jail.
Yeah.
Or something like that. So someone got to take over. But yeah, that's pretty much all I got, at least for this episode. So,
well, thank you, Chris. We'll head over to Bakari and crew in a minute. So we'll see you for that. All right, guys. Thank you very much for hanging out with us. If you love The Shy, give us about 3 minutes and we will talk about Papa and his father's sad exit and transition. It was a pretty good episode for that. Come back here next week. We'll be doing White Boy Tommy, season 2, episode 4. We got some stuff coming up on tomorrow. So check the channel for that. And I will see you around.